refocus the church to do its best, to be at its best. As church leaders, we're always wondering, where do we go? What do we do? How do we do it? Refocus helps me focus so that I can then turn and say, oh church, let's discover together and let's put into practice what God's given to us. Remarkable tool, remarkable process if we allow God to use it. I'd encourage it.
What really excites me about the idea is that we come with a passion to make change. You know, we know the church isn't operating the way it could or should. And what stymies us and paralyzes us is that there's no viable plan out there that we can come up with that works. We've tried all kinds of things, and having gone through this phase 2, I have to tell you, I've got some tangible, workable ideas that I can go back and know it's going to make a difference.
This whole week has changed my life because I've been motivated and stirred down inside my life to be intentional, to change my people, for God to change my people, for His glory, and so the church can benefit from the change. The process of changing the DNA of the heart then gives a license to change the activities and our outreach. So thank you guys for what you do in our hearts and lives for God's kingdom.
Refocus is a tool that God has placed, I believe God has really placed in our hands, in our midst, to help the church come to grips with what God has called her to be and to do in meeting the challenges of communities that we have been entrusted to reach. It's a door opening into the life of God in that congregational setting that says, what is this community saying to us and how do we respond to her? Helps the church discover what God has spoken into her heart and what maybe that ought to look like for that congregation, that unit of people in the context of their community. It's practical, it's soul-searching, and it's freeing, I think, for a group of people to discover what God has spoken into the context of that congregation in that community.